Hi everyone, and welcome back to day 25 of Christmas in September at Stamp with Anna. Today we're starting a new series, and the stamp set that we are using for this series is the Sheltering Tree. And this is just such a fun set. It's a few years old, and you can do you can make all kinds of seasons with it, because these leaves here, you can do them in bright green, you can do them in oranges and rust colors for fall. You can leave it blank for winter. There's just so much you can do. And then you have these other little stamps here that you can adjust for your seasons. You have little blades of grass and flowers that go on top of the grass. You have a rake, so you can be raking up leaves. You have a swing set that can be tied up on the tree. It's just a great stamp set. So we're going to be using this for our next set of Christmas cards. And I'm also going to be using the sentiment from the Christmas quilt stamp set. This is new in the holiday catalog, and I'm going to be using that piece because I'm calling my card Peaceful Snow. And what we need for paper, it's actually a very simple card to make. What we need for paper is Marina Mist, cut at your usual A2 size, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have a piece of Whisper White, cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have a piece of Smoky Slate cut at 5 by 3 3/4. Now, I don't know if you can see on this card, but I have Wink of Stella on that to make the snow look like it's glistening. I hope you can see it, but I'm not quite sure. So we need Wink of Stella. And I'm also going to use some little rhinestones, and I'm going to clear emboss this peace sign. So we need some clear embossing powder and some Versamark ink, as well as Whisper White ink. I'm not really a fan of the Whisper White ink, and I use it sparingly, but I do like it for something like this because it does have kind of like that soft matted look, which is perfect for snow. And because our stamps are photopolymer, I'm going to be bringing in my Pierce mat. So the first thing we're going to do is stamp on the Smoky Slate. We're going to stamp our snow. And for that, we're going to use this stamp here. If you're making a fall card or a spring or summer card, you would stamp that in different shades of green. But we're looking for snow, so we're going to stamp it in white. To put a little piece of scrap paper behind, because I'm going to go off of my cardstock. So I'm just going to randomly stamp some hills of snow. And I know that the gray is showing through, but I think that's fine because it's realistic for snow. If you want it with less gray showing, certainly just have your ink pad a little juicier. I'm gonna make one right there so it's not so even. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is stamp our tree. Oh, I guess I forgot to tell you, we're using soft suede ink as well. I'm going to stamp my tree up with soft suede, and I'm going to stamp it in the snow, because if you put it above, it kind of just looks like it's floating, and that doesn't look very realistic. So I'm going to put mine so that it's in the snow. And there's my tree. Now we need to have our tree covered with snow. So again, we're going to bring in the craft ink, the white craft ink, and we're going to ink up the stamp set that is normally used for leaves, but we're going to use it for snow falling on our tree. Okay, Now there's also a stamp in the stamp set that looks like little snowflakes. There are 3 snowflakes and then 3 little blobs. So we're going to use that, and I'm just going to randomly stamp around the card front, filling in where I think snow would be falling from the sky. Okay, and there's our snow. The next thing we're going to do is make our snow glisten. So I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to run that over my snowbanks here, my hills of snow, lightly, because I don't want it to blob out, but I do want a little bit of glimmer. Okay, I really wish the Wink of Stella would show up better on camera, but so you can see the full effect. But it is just so beautiful. Now I'm going to focus on the snowflakes that are actual made like little crisscrosses, and I'm just going to randomly, I'm not following the lines, I'm just going to dab the Wink of Stella on that, because those are the snowflakes that I want to pop out. Okay, I think I've gotten them all. So now we have little glistening snowflakes coming down, and I'm sure you can't see that. And then I'm going to randomly just dab the Wink of Stella over the tree so that I get a little bit of glimmer on my tree. Okay, now we're going to do our sentiment, and I'm going to stamp up peace, the word peace, in Versamark, and I'm going to put it right about here. Now I'm going to use clear embossing powder, and because I'm using clear and this is smoky slate paper, when I emboss, it's going to look like smoky slate. I could have used white, but I wanted to go for something a little softer. I could have used silver, but I wasn't going for that much of a stark shine on this, so that's why I went with clear. And what you're going to see is when it starts to emboss, where the word was stamped over the white snowflakes, it's not going to emboss. That just looks like there's snow right on that letter, which is a little added bonus. I like that. So it's not, it looks like there's snow on my sentiment. I mean, it does emboss, but the color obviously is different. And there you go. I don't know if you can see that little glimmer to it. Now I'm going to mount that onto my Whisper White card using a little bit of snail. And before I mount this onto my card base, I'm going to bring in my ribbon. And for my ribbon, I'm using a Marina Mist organza. It's striped organza, and it's retired, but you know me with my ribbon. As long as the color is current, I still use it, because I don't know many people who buy ribbon and then use it all before it retires, because it retires every year. I think I love Stampin' Up, but I think their ribbons retire way too quickly, so I use it all the time. And if you didn't have this one, you could use a sheer white, you could use a different type of Marina Mist, or you could even use the Smoky Slate one. So this is going to go right there. So I'm going to put a little bit of snail on the back, and when I position my ribbon, I'm going to wrap this around the back, and then I'm going to turn it over and cut off my excess. And then I'm going to trim my tails. Now I'm going to mount this onto my card base. And the final touch is to add some rhinestones. Now, you know, on the snowflakes, the one that were crisscrossed, we put Winkostella on those. So I'm going to not put my rhinestones on those. I'm going to put them on the round snowflakes. And just scatter them here and there wherever you want. Use as many or as little as you like. Or even none if you don't like, if you don't want that that look to it. But I just thought that looked it looked like more like sparkly snow. So that's 4, but I'm going to put one more because I like things in odd numbers. And on this side I have 2, so I'm going to put 1 there. And there we go. How quick and easy was that? And like I said, I really wish you could see the sparkle from the Winkostella. It really is very pretty, especially on the grass down here. Well, there you have day 25 of Christmas in September, and I do hope you will join me tomorrow for day 26 of Christmas in September using the same beautiful sheltering tree. If you have any questions about this card, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.